Her text came at 7:42 a.m. I want a divorce. All communication through my lawyer. I stared at the screen for a moment, my coffee still steaming on the counter. No explanation, no emotion, just procedure. After 7 years of marriage, she ended it like canceling a subscription. I typed a single word back. Understood. Then I set my mug down and began to work. I met Claire in 2015. She was laughter in human form. Wild, magnetic, the kind of woman who made everyone feel like the main character. I fell hard. We built a life together. The house by the lake, the European trips, the private school plans for the future that never came. But beneath her smile was a restlessness. I mistook it for ambition. It was hunger for control, validation, attention. I fed it for years, blind to what it was doing to me. The first crack appeared last December. Her phone lit up on the counter. A message from Jason. Firm. Just work, I thought, but I noticed something. She always flipped her phone over after replying. By February, I knew she'd been seeing him for months. Her coworker, married. I confirmed it the way any sane man does when trust dies, quietly, methodically. A private investigator, bank statements, a keylogger on the shared laptop, every detail catalogued. Hotel receipts, gift charges, late-night texts disguised as client emergencies. Pain burned through me for a week straight. Then it hardened into focus. I stopped reacting. I started planning. The first step was silence. She thought I was distant, preoccupied with work. I let her believe that. Meanwhile, I restructured every account, every shared asset. The mortgage, the car leases, the insurance, all under my name. Next, I called my attorney, a shark named Lewis. We rewrote my will, adjusted beneficiaries, retitled the investment account she'd never bothered to read. Then the masterpiece. I transferred the liquid assets, the savings she thought she'd claim half of, into a trust, legally sealed, irrevocable. Every move was within the law. Every move invisible. She kept smiling, thinking I was still the same fool who'd worshipped her. When her message came that morning, it didn't sting. It confirmed everything I already knew, that she thought she was in control. She wanted to humiliate me, to watch me beg, to dictate the terms. But her timing was unfortunate. That same day, I froze the joint credit cards, cancelled her upcoming Bali trip with her colleagues, called the concierge service, and revoked her privileges. Her car lease returned, health insurance terminated under the pretext of status change. By the time she woke up the next morning, her phone was blowing up. Cancelled reservations, declined payments, overdraft alerts. She tried to call me. I didn't answer. At noon, I received a call. Her lawyer. His voice was tight, brittle. Mr. Hale, there seems to be a misunderstanding. Claire's financial accounts appear to be inaccessible. No misunderstanding, I said. She requested all communication through counsel. I'm complying. He hesitated. She's unable to pay her legal retainer. She's quite distressed. I'm sure she is, I said, and hung up. Within hours, I could feel the panic spreading. She emailed, texted, called, each one colder, more desperate than the last. Finally, she showed up at my office unannounced, her makeup uneven, eyes red. You can't do this to me, she hissed, voice trembling. You think this makes you a man? I looked at her for a long moment, calm, detached. I think it makes me free. Her lip quivered. Jason said. Jason's wife filed for divorce last night, I cut in. Seems someone sent her the hotel receipts and photos. Her face drained of color. You. I didn't send them, I said. But someone did. That was true. I never broke the law. I simply left an anonymous envelope on Mrs. Lang's doorstep with all the facts. What she chose to do with them was entirely her decision. Claire stared at me, realization dawning like poison. "Why now?" she whispered. "Because you already ended it," I said. "I just made it official." By the end of that week, Jason was fired for violating company policy. His wife froze his accounts and moved out. Claire's firm placed her on unpaid leave pending an internal review. Meanwhile, I sat in my lawyer's office signing the final documents. No alimony, no settlement, no shared assets, every clause airtight. When her lawyer protested, Lewis smiled politely. "Your client forfeited financial rights by initiating the separation without negotiation and committing adultery. It's all in writing." Silence followed. Long, painful silence. She signed eventually. A month later, I stood on the deck of the lake house, my house now, watching the reflection of the sunset ripple across the water. The air smelled clean. Freedom has a scent, you know, like rain on wood and faint smoke from something finally burned away. She'd moved into a small apartment across town. I heard she was working part-time, trying to rebuild. I don't hate her. Hatred is still a kind of connection. I'm done with connection. Sometimes I replay that morning in my head, her text, the coldness of it. Then I remember the silence after my reply, the power in saying nothing. Revenge doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers through the ruins it leaves behind. And in that silence, I finally found peace. Understood.